Is there anything exciting apart from playing in space in the pipeline for Chromatic?
Yeah, so obviously at the moment we're trying to be adapted to the situation. So we've been rolling out our smaller acoustic setup. So myself and Anna, we do a duo together. So that's been good. We can also do it as a trio, and it's been nice to sort of take the same approaches as we do with Chromatic and sort of translate that acoustically. And it's been great because I think when you reduce songs to just, a vocal and acoustic, it probably just gives you a sense of how good a song is when it's just with those just basic elements. So it's been nice to do that. And then on the other end of the scale, sort of prospectively, we're actually looking at having bigger lineups. So we obviously currently do like the 4-piece as standard, and then we also do a 5-piece with an additional singer, which makes for a great sort of dynamic duo up front with Anna and another singer, which is really good. And then we're now actually branching into adding, again, sort of inspired with the DJ approach, is adding a sax player and a percussionist, because it's just another element that sort of fits in well with our concept of the show. And then also we can have these other roaming elements to sort of, again, connect us with the people on the dance floor. And past that point, obviously, we're being adapted to the situation. We have been looking at some solutions to try and translate what we do virtually. So we've been lucky that we've been spending the last month or so sort of working with some venues and suppliers who can accommodate us for doing a virtual live stream, and trying to do something different with that. We've tried to think of either, pre-recording the show, so we have a set show that we've put together that you can just then stream to your client, or we can do a live interactive stream where we can then be talking with the client and have some feedback live there. And there might be some elements where the client can either choose some of the set list, or there might be like an interactive poll where they can vote on stuff. Particularly now,
that's really cool. I love that.
With Christmas around the corner, we've actually been approached about doing a live music quiz with a band virtually. So we'd essentially, like play like some intros of a song, I suppose, and then allow the client to guess what it is, I suppose, and have an interactive quiz, which would be quite cool. We've also looked at, again, pushing the boundaries of it. Like if virtual is going to be a thing, we want to see how far we can push it, I suppose. So we've looked at as well with using 360 cameras, about if we could do like an actual virtual reality, like with a headset show. So we'd have obviously fixed positions of where a 360 camera would shoot from. We'd film a gig using those cameras. And then you could essentially have like a ticket system where people will pay to be in that place where the camera was. And if we have multiple positions, people could then buy and essentially be in the crowd of
different areas of the thing. Yeah. I love that. It's that's so fun. I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's like that virtual is a really, really interesting audience. And actually in the long run, hybrid where virtual can combine with the live events is something that's really exciting. And it's, like you said, pushing the boundaries, because you've got that with the screen in between you and the client. You do have to make it that little bit more different as such to keep their engagement as such. But that's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. I think there's no way I think we're ever going to replace live music. So it's just kind of, as you said, sort of just being inventive to sort of make it interactive and make it memorable, I think. So yeah, that's kind of the next big thing was.
And I think anything you're doing now will then be useful once live events are back anyway. So it's progress in the right steps, isn't it? Like with the acoustic events you were talking about, that will now feed in really well in the future if people need different elements of the evening. It starts to enter. So
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Nothing is in vain, I think, at the moment, and we just want to be busy doing what we love, I think, and I think people are also hungry for it as well. People miss seeing live music and stuff like that. So we're doing our best to come up with ways to still deliver it. Yeah.
Oh, it's been so fab talking to you, Dill, and your passion and energy. You can just tell your love for it through the conversation. So
thanks so much. Thank you.